The Ride Home podcast is produced for entertainment purposes only. Anything said on the show is not to be imitated or acted upon. Please listen responsibly and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Ride Home podcast. And if you're on your ride home, do you remember to clock out today? Did you really? Look again. All right, we're good. Let's go right into the show. Today, we are tackling an interesting topic that I've never actually touched on. We're going to talk about I guess I should say, we're going to talk about a group of people in the Dallas-Fort Worth music industry who are putting on shows. And we're going to do a little promo here to try and see if we can boost awareness for this awesome show and awareness for the awesome local bands of this town. Ladies and gentlemen, Obsidian Rose Entertainment.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you all are enjoying your ride home, enjoying your days, nights, if you're a, late night third shifter, like some people out there. Christian Wilson here, founder of Obsidian Rose Entertainment way back in 2017. Got a couple of cool little topics to talk about today. Here with my new partner in this venture since I've started booking again, known as Stromboli.
Thank you for having us back, Trigger Happy Penguin. It's a really it's really nice to come back on such a really great podcast that I listen to when I'm on my ride home.
It's a terrible time to listen to this show. I don't know why anybody would.
I mean, I listen to it on my way home. It's only canonically correct to do when you listen to this podcast. But thank you for having us back. It's a privilege and an honor to be back on this such great podcast.
Okay. No, I'm a little out there, man.
Same here.
But anyway, this has been one of the only Trigger Happy projects aside from the Twitch that actually has been interesting and fun to do. So I've been putting a lot of work into it. Regardless, though, guys, I was trying to get to here so that I could see your stuff here. All right, guys. So first off, you've already introduced yourselves. First things first, how did you guys get started booking?
Christian.
So, like I mentioned in the intro there, started back in 2017. I'm not sure if y'all want me to use your band name.
You can use just go ahead and use the band names. It's fine. No one has to make that connection if they don't want to.
I started booking back in 2017 after I had just re-met some friends and met some new friends who at the time were currently in the band Tsukiyomi, now reformed and go by Civil Unrest, which is a throwback for our host there.
Oof. See, when you said your band name, I thought you were talking about Civil Unrest. I didn't know you were going to mention Tsukuyomi and bring that nightmare up from the dregs.
That's important. That's important for the history there.
For the 4 or 5, shows that we actually played as Tsukuyomi, we left an impact, and I'm not going to deny that it was a bad impact, but we left an impact for sure. Those days are long behind us, though, thankfully.
For now.
No, they can stay buried. Some of you guys have heard the little samples of what the new stuff is heading towards already. You know what we're getting. This isn't about me. This isn't about the band. This is about this booking company. So, in the beginning.
So, met these guys. Hit it off really great right off the bat. We all clicked really well. Just started hanging out a lot. This was my first time since moving down here to Texas, really getting into local music, whether back in my home state of Illinois or down here in Texas. I had gone to bigger shows before, but never anything on that local level, and was able to just hang out with these guys, go to these local shows, and was able to see a lot of great bands. And just over time, uh, I'd say within 3 months or so of knowing these guys, I was just in awe of the local talent here, and always wondered like why, because there's a certain like way people book, and it was just interesting to see, and like just want to figure out how I could hear all these different artists and sounds and genres of music that I like playing at just one show. Because you would go to one show and it's just all metal, or one show and it's all punk rock or pop
Yeah.
music.
So
But there
like
was
you were saying, don't sleep on your locals, guys. No matter what kind of music you're into, there's a local band out there in your area that sounds
for
probably the same.
everything.
Yeah, there's something for everyone out there. That's just
Just a matter of getting out of your comfort zone of going to a local show and finding it, or hell, even if like you don't want to leave your home or wherever you're at. Um, Internet's a beautiful thing. There's a
oh yeah.
million different ways you can go out and find your local level bands in your own little area to find
Yep, no reason
your
not to.
homebrew music.
Same with local shows. You can always look on social media. Almost every venue, band, or organization that's in entertaining is on social media somewhere. Start your search, get moving. But yeah, dude, like you're saying, it inspired you to book shows, but you wanted to book more mixed bills. You're saying because a lot of like promoters tend to book a lot of the same music, which makes sense when you're trying to bill to a certain genre or a certain group of people. But that's where your bills come in because they're a little bit weird.
Yes. And there's no shade at all on anyone who builds like just pure metal builds, because I enjoy those too. I love metal and I love like punk rock, and I will gladly go out to a show, and if it just happens to be all of that one genre, that's great. I, however, personally find it enjoyable, and this is the reason I got into booking, was because I wanted to go out and I wanted to listen to, a little bit of everything. And there's not too many people out there, at least that I know of, that do that. That'll throw a metal band, like some thrash metal band, right next to a punk rock band, and then get
Yeah.
back into like some really heavy, uh, you know, just classic like heavy metal, all in one bill, playing at the same night within the span of a few hours. There's not much out there that you can go see and do like that.
It's
And
unfortunately divided pretty heavily.
just talking to these guys, and I was like, well, why can't I go out there and like, where are these shows at? And it was like, well, you kind of got to go, like, if that's something you want, good luck doing it yourself. And it was one of those like hold my beer moments, and just randomly messaged uh, a venue that we had gone to or that I had heard of, and it literally just everything fell in place to. And this is where we'll shout them out. Growl Records and Division Brewing. Wade and crew over there, just phenomenal people, were just so helpful in to work with me on just some random kid who messages their page, shoot a message like, hey, I want to throw a show, how do I do that there? And they just ran with it. Whatever I wanted to do, they were more than willing to help me out with it.
And see, that's the thing is Growl is very really chill. When you book with them, all they're asking for is just to make sure that they can get enough people come out that they can get their sound guy paid. It's exposure for the record store. I've been there so many times and people are buying wall art, records, collectible, or used to be collectibles back in the day. Now it's just like music and art, but used to be a comic shop too.
I do have
Um,
quite a few collectibles from back then.
it draws traffic to the store, which also draws traffic to the brewery, which is no stranger to the local music scene. Division Brewing's been doing some really crazy stuff, man. They've even done big events with. They have some. They have like funk bands out there, like a major large funk band. They had Frozen Soul do a CD release out there. Um,
Machine Electric, they got
yeah,
a brew out there. Actually, Frozen Soul, I think they have two out there.
Frozen Soul has 2, and there's one more that they're collaborating with. It's going to be 3 total, from what I heard.
Yes, sir. There we go. See, we got a little beer leak on this episode.
Yeah, already leaking the secrets. What little I know about beers. From what I understand, that's 2 out of 3 so far on the Frozen Soul releases. From a good friend of mine who is a huge fan of theirs, lives right up the street from them. He was actually there for the initial beer release, which we didn't get any cans of, but we did. We did get to score some glasses of it that day that the show was out there.
Nice.
Didn't stay for the show. It was like the day after the show, and like we were so glad that they had it there. By the time we left, they were tapped out of it. Like we got the last of that stuff.
Was it that Cold Moon release, right?
Yeah, it was Cold Moon. Well, or it was the one before Cold Moon. That I don't know. There's 2. One's Cold Moon, and I think one was Something Thrown. I think that's the second one. But yeah, Division. They've also done collab beers. There's they did not collab. I mean, but like inspirations where they name a beer after a band. They did that Ween tribute band that comes through. The Stallion.
Oh yeah, Stallion
Man, yeah. And that's a really good beer. I've actually got the glass for that. It was really, really tasty brew. I'm glad that it's always in circulation. It's there a couple times a year. They had some really good ones on tap today, man. We visited that place today for a small bit. We had a couple of glasses, and man, still as good as ever. I know, yeah, that's gonna be great. Still as good as ever. I'm probably not even gonna edit that, dude. There's not worth my time to clip it all.
Oh yeah.
But no, Division's awesome, man. So yeah, Growl gave you your first show, huh?
Yeah, so it was literally just as easy as messaging these guys. I wanted to throw bands on the same bill that I was never gonna really be able to go out to another show where someone else was gonna throw all of these guys together on the same show.
Right.
And if no one else was gonna do it, I damn sure was gonna make sure I was gonna be able to see it, because it wasn't like oh boy, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna make me so much money. It was I really want to witness all of these guys play together on the same night. And if no one else is gonna make it happen, then I guess I'm going to.
So what was really crazy about that night was every band on that bill we had played with on separate occasions, never together. So it was weird to see us all on stage for like one night.
And that's exactly what the joy of it was being able to see and hear all these bands that you could go out to all these other shows and witness, but there's not really much of an opportunity to like listen to all those kind of people at the same show on the same night. Yeah. Which is the glory of the shows we put on, because that's something that like I pride myself in being able to do, is to take these mashup genres of shows so you can get fans of pretty much any genre of music together, where they can all hang out together, enjoy some good music, vibe together, and just chill out.
Yeah, man. Let's see. I had a point, but I forgot it. I'll remember it at some point. So, oh yeah, what I was gonna say. Okay, scratch all that crap. So, and another cool thing was that the Growl let you do it all for free. It wasn't like you had to go to a bar and have them be like, all right, well, it's gonna be like $400 to rent the place for the night. We need half up front to let us know you're serious. It was something you could just host out of the blue for the love of the music.
Yeah, and they're super friendly, super easygoing, very easy to work with. And they were just, they had asked like how I wanted to do covers. Was I doing tickets or anything?
Yeah.
And no, as long as the door's getting cool, getting checked, just wanting to make sure the bands get, paid for who people are coming out there to see. Back then, I want to say they were doing like, because they didn't care at the time. Or I don't want to say they didn't care, but
It was different. It was under a different person was running the growl. Somebody
yeah,
else.
they were, it was pretty much free reign. However, the person who was booking the show wanted it to go. Um, and of course, we want people who play the music to get paid. So we're like, well, is it cool if we do like a $5 cover? And would y'all mind having like a staff member just wait by the door and just checking people in as they come in, and then just putting whoever comes in to see those guys down, mark them out so they can get paid at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And it was just a way for the bands to make a quick buck, enjoy the night, play some music, have their fans come out.
And the best part about that night, I got introduced to Division Brewing.
Yes, that was Civil's first time out there, if I'm not mistaken.
That was
show.
our first time at what is now our legendary hangout spot. I love that place, dude. And this was before their beers got even as crazy and inventive as they've been getting. But they're IPA hounds, dude. They're hopheads. I love every freaking drink that comes out of there, man. I had 2 really good new IPAs that I've never had before today. They're just fantastic. We talk about them a lot on the YouTube channel because by the time this episode hits the air, we are going to have a Division Brewing episode of the Civil Craft Cast on the YouTube. So when you're done listening to this, go listen to that. Best part about that one, you get to see us get drunk and stupid, and there's a camera, video footage.
Hell yeah.
And
The necessities.
Let's go.
It's more of a talk show with a boozy twist, but at the same time, we rate beer. Go check it out. But yeah, dude, the growl is great. So we've heard Christian's side of things. Stromboli, where do you come in on all this?
Well, I look for bands. I've been contacting a couple bands here and there. As of right now, mainly I'm trying to share the most juicy memes Christian here has made, and apparently they're a big hit. People are now DMing me more, asking for more information. I have one band that is wanting to talk with us seriously later tomorrow. So basically, I think as of right now, I just try to like push these memes and even just the poster of all the bands. Try to push it out there as much as I can. But it's pretty fun right now. Just seeing how much engagement we're getting and how many more follows we get on the page. It's really motivating, especially when it's something like an event that we have bands that we, like Christian said, these are bands that we like to listen to. These are bands that we would love to go make a small drive to go see them play live. It's certainly really good to see all you guys play together at this at the Growl. I'm really excited.
Yeah, dude, like you've never seen us. I know we've hung out there before, but you've never seen us play there. It's a really good time. Good beer, good people, good music, man.
Division has great beer. They've been surprising me every time I go.
So you're still relatively new. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm
this
glad.
will be the first show he'll be doing with me as a part of Obsidian Rose. So we gotta throw him into the fire, feed him to the wolves for one show, let him see how it goes, and continue building from there. And so far it's off to a great start.
Awesome.
Just promoting and everything right now. So
speaking of Sam's first show, let's go ahead and get that on the table before we go into any more, topics. You got a show coming up, man.
Oh yeah, June 17th at the Growl with Division. I think the bill has Civil Unrest.
You think?
Full Archer. I have only been sharing the memes, my boy.
Oh, okay. Christian, you want to take that? You want to?
Yeah. I'll lead off here. Okay, no worries. Okay. We're not gonna put all this pressure on him.
What happened to throwing him to the wolves? I thought that was the point.
Like, I know what bands are definitely
first interview, you done fucked it up. Okay, all 7 people listening.
Let's see if I can name them.
Are going to be very disappointed.
Let me name them. Okay, so we have Civil Unrest, of course, best band out there, Skull Archer, We have Run the Asylum. We have Run the Asylum.
Cool. There's your
Uh,
headliners.
Bullet Machine, and then
Ooh,
we also have Creatures and Chemicals.
very nice. Don't act like you weren't just reading that off your monitor.
Shut the fuck up,
Dude,
dude.
I saw your eyes. That's the point
Creatures
of the
and
video.
Chemicals is great that we finally got them on a show because for the entire time I've been booking, we've been trying to get always work against us because the days I were throwing like I was booking shows on, they were busy somewhere else already or had like personal stuff outside of band business
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
makes sense.
And vice versa, like times where they were trying to book.
So, yeah, I remember that you'd had quite a few times where you booked them.
Oh no, they were gonna play Punk and Metal Fest 2, and then we're not gonna dive
Oh,
into it.
that's the show that fell apart.
Yeah, that was on a certain venue that we're not gonna dive into details on for sake of things.
Right, right.
Yeah, unfortunately, myself and all the bands that were a part of that show spent a lot of time promoting it and whatnot, and then it all fell apart right at the end line, and yeah. But we finally were able to get a show going together. That's happening with Creatures and Chemicals, so that's cool. Uh, buddy Adam out there.
We actually had a member of CNC at the Doyle show. I actually sold him his ticket.
Oh hell yeah!
And yeah, man, he seemed pretty chill. I'm excited to see the set because the only Creatures and Chemicals song I had heard up until recently when Daniel was showing me some of their newer stuff was They Live, and that was back when they had a completely different singer. This was years ago. This was on that first DFW compilation CD that
I'll
Adam
have
put
to.
out.
I'm gonna
Adam
check
Baxter.
real quick while we are on podcast and see what it is I have listened to because They Live sounds familiar.
Well, there's also a
But
band called They Live, and there's also a Plague of Athens song called They Live. So,
I've listened. I guess it would be their self-titled EP. That is
okay, that
also
sounds like the first one.
so. If there's news of them having new tracks that they play, I am also in the dark here, so that'll be cool to witness live. But so I've been trying to work with them for a while. We're finally getting something going. Next band up, we have Bullet Machine, who I was introduced to through another friend of mine in the local music scene, uh, through the punk circle out here, and I was just with him and just asking like, dude, I need more punk bands in my like list of people to hit up when I need punk bands. It was just naming off a bunch. I was like, yeah, I've hit them up. I've talked to those guys already. Yeah, I have them shows already before. Like, I need something new. And then he threw me on Bullet Machine, and instantly it was a hit. I was like, I need this. I love this. I jam it regularly now.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't get more punks because you had a pretty successful festival a few years back at the Growl.
Yes.
That was
So
a really good event. Although when I was looking back at the bill, to me it looked more like thrash and whatever the heck Risinger and those first bands were. Like Risinger, they if there's any band I could say that's evolved, on a level further than anyone else that has been around for those like 3 or 4 years, it's them. Their music has come a long way.
Risinger stays on the grind, and they just dropped new tracks too.
Yes, they did. Their brand new EP's out on Spotify. We'll go ahead and give them a little plug here. Go check out Risinger, guys. We'll put the link in the description down on the YouTube.
Ooh. And then when you listen to it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this whole band sounds kick ass. I want to know who all the members are." It's a fucking duo.
It is a
Two people.
two-piece
Two
band.
two fucking badass dudes jamming out, make you think it's a whole band. It's just two people, two dudes slaying. But
Badass.
yeah, so you brought up the fest I did a while back. Um, you were surprised that I didn't get more bands on the show, more punk bands.
Yeah, cause like I don't know, man. The punk scene is weird. Like the metal scene is kind of closed off. It feels like everybody's got their own circles, and punk rarely does much with metal. So I feel like most bands you hit up would be not interested in working yet. Although like it'd be cool. Like what you really need is like photos from the last festival. You need this show to pop so that you can take pictures and show bands. Get the reps starting to flow. Get more shows
Yeah,
booked.
so the reason this first show back to booking, and so real quick on that note, before we delve any further,
Yeah.
I stopped booking uh, because of COVID. COVID closed down a lot of venues. Thankfully, some have reopened. Unfortunately, a lot did close permanently. We lost a lot of great venues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
But I had like 3 or 4 shows that I was really excited for get canned because of COVID. Um, the venues closing down or bands not wanting to play during COVID, and so it was just for
In
better for everyone involved that we just not do the shows. And I was like, rather than stressing over what shows I can do, I'm just gonna just not book, not worry about booking until everyone is okay with doing things again. So I took a brief pause from like end of spring 2020 until now, so we can really get started right on the right foot, get things going strong again. And it really is like I'm starting over, which kind of sucks because
yeah,
we had a really really great thing going and a lot of momentum building up. But a
2020
fresh,
was the year that killed the entertainment industry. And
it
like you
was a
said,
Yeah.
the
pain.
majority of small businesses they didn't survive. Some of them like with you had to go on hiatus. You couldn't book shows. What are you gonna do? But there was a time where booking a show made you seem like you were out there spreading the virus yourself. Like you were out there, licking people and spitting on street corners and
I did get a lot of hate that I don't want to like bring negative
yeah,
vibes into
yeah,
this
yeah,
episode,
yeah.
but
I
I
just wanted to
get
point that
shit
out that
hate.
there's a stressful side to booking too. That year brought out the worst in a lot of people, which is
Yeah, it
why we
was.
don't talk about it. We're gonna move forward, but I need to let you guys know that my band is barely coming back and out of that struggle right now.
And
We
there's a lot of bands that are just now starting to book again, and that's perfectly okay because everyone feels comfortable doing things at their own pace.
things are
Some
starting to build back up, and that's a good outlook not just for bands but for promoters and for venues. Because I mean, what is a venue? Essentially, but a booze store with extra steps. They have to sell alcohol. They need asses and seats, people to come through the door and buy drinks and stuff. So it all makes
but
perfect sense to me.
we just wanted to start off right, so we're not making this show super big. Standard 5 band lineup. Uh, just getting things slowly rolling. When the time is right, we'll do bigger shows again. Uh, the big fest you brought up, Punk and Metal Fest, that happened back in 2019.
Yep.
That was only like the 4th show I've ever done, and it was the super like check out the stones on this guy. He's never really booked before. Some no name fucking dude throwing a show together, and it was again another one to hold my beer. Someone said I couldn't do it, so watch me fucking hit it out of the park and do it. And
Yeah, it's
I
crazy, what little connections you get just from being a fan of music. You were going out to see a lot of these bands, mingling with these bands, and letting them know that you wanted them on this bill. Sure enough, somehow we had pulled in the majority of the thrash scene.
yeah, and it
If there
was
was a
just
place to pit that weekend, it was
that
the
was it.
Growl.
Arlington Vision Growl were just popping off. Uh, had 2 stages going full of music that night. We had Inside the Growl, and then at the time the outdoor beer garden of Division was like, it was like plywood.
Oh yeah.
It was akin to like standing and playing on some pallets, like some wooden pallets. Nowadays, it's an actual outdoor like pagoda pavilion looking thing.
It's got
Uh,
a it's got a gazebo thing up top, like it's shaded and
but it's like an actual like stable floor.
yeah,
Back
it's
then, it
it's
was
made
like
of like
wooden
plastic
planks.
pallets and stuff. We did a photo shoot over there. It's nice. It's what Frozen Soul played on when they were here. It's somewhere to put a really big event. It's just outdoors, which is usually pretty hot. And man, that was a scorcher back in 2019, dude. I remember sweating on that stage. All in the photos, we are all red, but
Yeah, I still have photos of all the bands who played outside. Like before bands. So sorry, but damn it, if y'all aren't killing just everyone just like in the pictures, just eyes closed, keeping sweat out of their eyes, but like just still just powering through. It was great. But
yeah,
yeah,
dude.
that was like the fourth show I think I ever put on, and it was like, dude, you know how cool it would be if we threw a fest of just all the homies that we've met in music, that we really want to play with, some guys we haven't played with and haven't been able to check out yet. Was able to just throw up with this mashed up genre show together.
And that's the thing, like that with so many different genres, because we had Nothing Lost, a punk outfit from San Antonio. We had Corkscrew Nosedive at the time. Uh, their groups don't really normal, and that the opening band Electric Purple. Like these groups didn't normally mingle with your mosh society groups at the time, which that was a big thing back then. We ain't gonna mention names or talk nothing, but uh, the mosh societies mingled in with the more chill vibe punk types, and it was a really cool show, dude. I was seeing people out there that I remember you from a show at Reno's. Oh, I remember you from a show at Killer's Tacos. Completely different event, but we were all there. It was really cool, man. Local Obscene was out there. They did a podcast episode on it too. Don't look that up.
We had a actual magazine publication done on the show.
Dude, I remember the magazine photographer with the
Yeah.
giant fucking camera. Because he
Yes.
was like going up and down my bass with his
They
camera while I was
believe it
trying
or
to
not,
play.
they saw me promote the show the other day, and the same people who did that show, they were wondering if it was okay for them to come back down to do another piece on this show. And it was like, I mean, I don't mind, but this isn't the same scale
Yeah,
as the
it's
one
not a big
before.
festival like that. Like back at that show, the photographers that were out there for that publication, they had to run back and forth because the minute the outside stage stopped, the inside stage started. And I remember there was a few groups of people with like huge cameras, and this one old dude, he just looked like he was frazzled. He was like taking photos of the outside, and then when we got off stage, he was like, "That was really good, man. You know anywhere else good to take pictures around here?" And I go, "Oh, well, a band just started playing inside." He goes, "There's an inside." Goes in there and shoots the next band. Like the music started and stopped at the perfect times. While one band was playing, the other bands were setting up. It was nonstop music out there.
That was literally peak performance for me. And one of these days we'll get back to it, but we're gonna slow our roll and slowly build our way back up to it. But yeah, those guys hit me up. They wanted to come back down and do another publication, another write up for that show. And like, it's not like a little paragraph. There's a whole section in their magazine that they
Yeah.
did for the show. Talking to myself, talking to a few bands just about the show, about the booking aspects of it, what it was like playing, uh, just talking about their sets and whatnot. I know Corkscrew Nosedive, they were in it, Risinger's in it, and then outside of those two bands, like actually getting talked to, um, there's photos. Then there's photos of the other bands who they didn't get to talk to in there. So everyone got a little bit of exposure, I guess, in there. It wasn't a paid for thing. It was like a random thing that happened. I wasn't expecting it, but then they were there. So we'll see what happens when they come back down again. See if that's a thing that happens. was really cool. Maybe I can get magazine plugged in here or something. I don't know, Misfit magazine.
Yeah,
Or-
I'll link whatever. Just shoot me stuff. But yeah, dude, it was a great show. I remember. It's always cool to see that kind of like spark, from like a publication. One time, my band was in the Dallas Observer, and we didn't even know it. But it was the Cutthroat Conspiracy comeback show we played, and the guy who did like the photos and the review for the show was like, I've only ever seen these guys once before. They were not like this. They're evolving. Keep an eye on them. It was just really cool to see, you know, seeing you mentioned somewhere. It's out there. But where are we at now? So we've talked about the current show. We should link all of the bands down below for that show because we want to push this as much as possible. And hey, I get cross promotion with you guys. So
Yay, everyone win.
for me, yeah, I'll produce the content, but this is free, advertising, so I'll take it.
This is
I'm just
free.
getting started, so
Just so the listeners know, there's gonna be a lot of changes with Obsidian Rose that is coming up. I have been getting into video editing, so hopefully in the future, with these posters being made with these events, there will be hopefully soon once I start sort of get into the grind of editing, there will be some videos of footage of these bands playing, just so you have an idea of what's gonna be at these shows. I think that sort of advertisement would help booking and getting people out there to these shows, especially showing like playing like at least 10 seconds of one song from each band would help get the idea of who I'm gonna see at this event.
yeah, like putting together a trailer for the band, like a good minute long. This band, this band, this band, this band, this location, this day. You
And
can
it's
you
so
can do a commercial. Make your own commercial.
Hell yeah.
it's so great because it's all DIY, and we're not like super loaded, or at least I'm not. I can't speak for Stromboli here, but I'm not super loaded.
No comment.
Every everything that gets put like financial wise into this project thus far is like just coming out of our day jobs, uh, and just being able to throw things together. Everything we do, be able to help local music scene, help these local bands out, and it's I don't know. I find it enjoyable, like the DIY aspect. That we're not some giant company. We're not trying to pretend we're some corporate entity. Everything is just down home, down to earth promotion.
Awesome, man. So it seems like the future of Obsidian Rose is pretty bright.
Very bright, almost blinding. I think with Christian making all these memes, it really helps promoting. They're really funny. I love them
Man,
so much.
so I'm gonna talk about the memes real quick.
Yeah, go talk about the
So
memes. Fill
so
up the time, please.
so one of like my favorite local level bands, not from this area, but uh, until the Dead Walk, I tried to book a show with them or a few shows with them before because we tried to get a little tour going. That's one of the shows and bands I mentioned that COVID kind of canceled and crapped out on me. Uh, kind of ruined the little run I had helping them getting booked through Texas on. Crushed all that.
Right.
Those fucking dudes are mean kings. I don't care if you don't like the music, but my
see,
God,
isn't
the
that
memes.
isn't that what's his name? Basie?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I had talked to him before. He runs his own promo company, and he's like, look, 100 and something thousand followers on Instagram or some at some level. They got hacked and like lost the account, but he's already building it back up. But like, he's proven
Fucking
he's proven that he can push whatever you're trying to advertise that works with him. He can get that done. He does that for a living. That's his thing. So I was even thinking about once Civil actually gets more stable with this next album release and where we're gonna be, all of our troubles should be over in the next week or so once we get the little drummer boy moved into his new place. we should be done here and back to, prepping for this amazing show coming up. But yeah, dude, like that dude knows what he's doing. Being a meme king, it makes sense.
Yeah, like especially nowadays, where damn near everything you see on your social media is like fucking jokes, memes, TikToks, and whatnot. And I was like, I need to tap into this meme market of promoting things because it works it almost works too well for them, to the point where half the shit some of these people post about isn't even their music. It's random stuff.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, like I talk with them a lot, and I was like, dude, I need to get a memes. I need to get on this meme chain with y'all. And that's literally just how it happened with the meme promotion that I'm doing for the show right now, and it's kind of working. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So even if it's not working, I'm enjoying it while it's lasts. So we'll see.
Future is bright though.
I'm actually starting to meme up my
Your Instagram,
my Instagram. Yeah, I'm doing daily posts
Yes.
now.
dude. They're really funny, dude. I love the content that you're pushing out on Instagram.
I just wish I wouldn't get people like promoted on this and this and that and like all these like BS scam accounts. It's the same stuff you deal with when you start like with Twitch. People want to be like, you want to buy views?
Speaking of memes,
Promote it with me. But I mean, some companies really do, do a good job at that. It's just, not right now, man.
I need to do the meme of the day.
Meme of the
Oh,
day.
you haven't posted today.
Yeah, I've
No,
already
I
uploaded, my
literally
guy.
have made a meme every day going forward until the day of the show. And today is the one I'm about to drop on the Instagram at Obsidian Rose TX. So go follow on Instagram.
Follow
Keep
them
up
on
to date on our
Instagram.
shows.
Links
Keep
in
up
the
to date on
description.
memes.
Because God knows I'm not going to edit them into the actual video because that's a lot of work.
If you guys actually follow the Instagram, you might get a Dogecoin. Keyword on might. You might get a Dogecoin if you follow our Instagram. You could get 2 Dogecoins if you actually come out to the show. You might get 2 Dogecoins if you come out to the show.
What are the value of those now? Like,
Shut
not
up.
for nothing.
No,
but...
don't say it. They're worth a lot now.
Okay, it doesn't sound like a lot if you didn't know where they started at.
I know that if I had them a year or two ago, I should have effing sold them. That's all I'm hearing.
Oh, I already sold
from
them.
people.
When they started, they were worth like fractions of a penny.
Not even. I think
Like even less than a penny. They were fractions of a fraction of a penny. Like they were like into thousands of a decimal point.
If you put in $5, you could have had I think 30,000 Dogecoins.
It was thousands because that's what I did. I think I dropped like $10 on it because it was like, haha, funny stock. It's a dog.
Oh, at that party when we were talking about it, I bought nearly $80 worth of Dogecoin. $80
at a party.
$80, yeah. So you can imagine, with a little bit of math, how much I pulled out when it hit the peak of selling. That was my first experience actually working with stonks, and it worked out.
I think it was a lot of people's first experience with anything like that.
Oh yeah, and it certainly taught us a lot. I got into a lot of stonks stuff online. Look, I met up with maybe 2 of my friends that were actually into that kind of stuff. They gave me a good amount of advice, and right now my portfolio is fairly stable. I think we might try to push towards Ethereum later on down the road, even though Ethereum is kind of unstable. But the show is gonna be fun. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited for the show, man.
You're gonna see me there in my cute little uniform. I got me and Christian.
I might show up. I haven't decided.
This is just the first show.
You're the motherfucker playing. What are you talking about?
That's the joke.
I was like confused. I was like, wait, how? But yeah, me and Christian will be wearing our cute little uniforms. That
Yeah, he got us matching uniforms.
yeah, I need to order another one. Um, but yeah,
But
we're gonna be wearing our uniforms. You can come see us, and if you are a local band that is trying to get out there, trying to make your first couple of moves, come to us. Email us, hit us up on our Facebook page, Obsidian Rose Entertainment, or DM me or Christian here directly, and we'll talk to you, see what we can do. Make your first moves with us. You won't regret them, and you might get a Dogecoin.
might
Yeah,
might.
see, I might be serious about the Dogecoin because they're not that much. I might actually give them the Dogecoin. I'll be like, look, hold on to this Dogecoin till
Hey,
we
I've
get
done
famous.
giveaways for people. I did a Halloween show a while back. I gave away a ton of Halloween merch. I cleaned out I literally cleaned out my closet of Halloween posters. It was nice because I got spring cleaning done in fall. Got rid of stuff I didn't have hung up. Made people happy in the process. It was nice.
There we go. See, with these stories that I share, I just now got another friend from high school wanting to go. So definitely, we're doing something. I'm currently clocked in on my Instagram, trying to push his content out there. It's great. It's a
Yeah, I'm thinking
wonderful
about clocking
experience.
in myself. My goal though was to get like 2 podcast episodes recorded, and hey, look, I think we're pretty close to doing that. This is kind of breaking apart. So, I mean, that's what I figured. Is like, dude, this is not a very large, you know,
Episode.
like this is gonna be a little mini episode, but I mean, easy to edit, easy to put out. I need to get this episode out really quick too, so
Hell yeah.
we'll shove it in there while we do, continue to move on. Uh, but it is really nice having you guys. Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Come to the show or else.
Keep the memes and see what the memes are about.
Go check
Friday,
out my Instagram. Get
June
those memes.
17th.
Get those memes checked out.
Proud record.
Yeah, laugh at our memes. They're very funny.
While you're at it, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I do the same crap now because it's working and we're getting activity and views. So we're gonna keep being little whores on the internet, and
We're all gonna be meme kings.
maybe someday we'll get somewhere. We'll hire our own editors. I don't have to do this shit myself. But yeah, good episode, guys. For the Ride Home podcast. Go to the show if you're down here. If you're not down here and you still want to support the show, go check out all of the bands. We're going to link them in the description below. Creatures and Chemicals, Bullet Machine, Civil Unrest, Skull Archer, and Run the Asylum. All really awesome bands.
All homies in my book.
I have yet to meet Bullet Machine, but I'm excited.
We're also sponsored partly by Raise Energy and Pasta Podcast. So thank you to them.
Raise affiliate.
Raise affiliate, same thing. Thank you to those guys. Pasta Podcast. I hear those guys are pretty funny and making a comeback next Friday. Shout out to them as well.
By the time this uploads, I'm hoping. Honestly, dude, I feel like just putting this up in the next day or two just to get it up there. Things will get all screwy like with the Civil Craftcast right now. So
I need to keep my streak going, so I need to work my way into the next episode somehow.
But yeah. All right, cool. I think we're clear. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're done
Enjoy
here. We're totally not gonna go record an anime episode. Maybe.
Thank you guys for listening.
We're just gonna go play Fortnite.
Woo! Chugs.
This is a weird way to end it off. But anyway, come back later. Bye.
Bye.
The Ride Home Podcast, THR logo, and intro tracks are original products of Trigger Happy Projects Media Group. Please do not duplicate or distribute without permission.